Hey everyone, this is Dan with Data Trend. Today is Wednesday, May 25th, 2016. It's about 2:50 p.m. or so here Mountain Time. The markets closed about an hour ago. They closed at 2 o'clock here Mountain Time. What I wanted to talk about today is a couple of adjustments that I've made to an open position I have. For those of you who follow me on Twitter, you noticed earlier in the week I tweeted out that I had just gotten into a new CIB, and that took place here on Friday. I guess that was actually last week, and it happened when RUT was trading right around 1100. From that point, we had the market move up, and it closed the day here today at 1141.02. We're looking at the Russell 2000 index, the RUT index. And so basically, we had a really big move up, 3.7% by my calculations, from the time that it got into this trade just a couple days ago until now. The blue lines here represent the expiration break evens of the position as it's moved along here. And basically, it was forced to scramble on the upside. And so I just want to talk about a couple of the adjustments made in a fast market to kind of get out of the way of things here and give the position a little bit of time to work. Because the reality of the trade is that we need the market to slow down a little bit and not be crashing up like this in order for ourselves to be okay. So, for those of you who want to go through the order specifics, this is the result spreadsheet. And on the spreadsheet, you can see here the list of trades or the trade sequence. And so you can see CIB, 55 days to expiration. We're just a little bit down here. This is the top of the spreadsheet. We're down here into the open positions. And so you can see here on 520, this was the initial trade. It was a 1080 put butterfly, and then it was rolled up. It was rolled up. It was moved up again. And we're going to talk about this in a little bit more detail. But if you want to see the exact orders, go here to the Theta Trend site, thetatrend.com, and just click on this results link, and it brings you to this page here. And you can see the full order history in that spreadsheet. So I will not go into the website details anymore, but this trade that we're looking at here, this was the original position that was entered into last May 20th, which was Friday. And at that time, RUT was trading right here, right around this 1100 area or so. And today we closed up here at around 1141. This higher price slice is set to about 1.2% higher, and the lower one is set to 3% lower. And so what we can see here essentially is from the original position, which was the 1080 put butterfly with 50-point wings, so the 1030, 1080, 1130, it was also paired with the 111 IWM call. And the trade had about 55 days to expiration when we got into it. But from that point, we traded from 1100 all the way up to 1140 today. And so the market essentially moved up pretty quickly, pretty fast. And if we were still sitting in this original position, we'd be pretty well outside the body of the butterfly and certainly be needing to do something at this point. We have done a few things along the way, so this is not the position we're sitting in anymore. So the first thing that I did to the trade is the market traded essentially from, if we go back here to the price chart, it traded from the 1100 area right up until 1120 pretty quickly. And it got there essentially on Monday. And so on Monday, what I did after getting into the trade on Friday is I went ahead and I just closed out the lower butterfly. I sold it out here, and these are all the representative prices. So we had the 1080 fly, we got rid of the 1080 fly, and then I bought two new butterflies centered at 1100. Okay, and so they were filled for slightly different prices, 1055 and 1057. And with those butterflies, I also picked up another 111 call, and that left me in a position that looked something like this. So what I did essentially is we moved that expiration break even up to right in the neighborhood of the high, 1140-ish or so. And at that time, RUT had moved from 1100 and it was trading around 1120. So it was about 2% higher, approximately at that point in time. And from there, we all know that we had this really big up day, was yesterday, and the market traded much, much higher really quickly. And it basically got to the point this morning where the market was pushing up and through the expiration break even point around 1140 again. So if we come back here and look at the risk graph, at this point, what I decided to do is rather than go ahead and roll up the entire structure again, I took off one of these two butterflies, and I do have the intention of increasing size in this position as it goes along. But I took off one of the lower butterflies, and I'll show that here. So we're selling out one of the 1100s, and I added on an 1120 butterfly. So essentially what that did is it stretched out the expiration break even again a little bit more. Not a whole bunch, but just a little bit. And the position before commissions here at the end of the day is showing an open loss of about $150 or so. But that's pretty reasonable given that we've had a, slightly under 4% move just in a matter of days. We're still in a position here where we're inside the body of the butterfly. Decay is going to start to come into the trade, and we're in pretty good shape. If we have a pullback, it's certainly going to help the position. The delta at the close today is negative 5.13. The gamma is negative 0.06. The theta is about 1070. So just under $11 a day. Vegas negative 41, and again the open loss is about $150. And this trade has 50 days to go, it looks like. So at any rate, that was a little bit of a modification to the rolling process for this trade, but essentially the idea was that we had the market crashing up here on us pretty quickly, and so it seemed to make more sense, I guess, to move the entire structure up relatively quickly. So at any rate, that's all I have for tonight. I hope it helps. If you have any questions, of course, feel free to shoot me an email, info@thetatrend.com. Thanks for watching.